There's some questions from another safe participant that they asked me to answer. And so this is regarding the two types of meditation. One is the object-oriented meditation, and then the other is well, you could call it aspect-oriented, but it's the meditation where you're trying to uh, transform how you relate to something. Okay? So in the object-oriented meditation, what you're trying to do is understand something that you haven't understood before. So we meditate on impermanence, we meditate on emptiness, we're trying to understand those objects. Okay? Then, but when we meditate on compassion, compassion isn't an object out there that we're looking at and trying to understand. Compassion is what we're trying to transform our mind into feeling. Okay? So you can see there's a difference in these two kinds of meditations. One is understanding an object that we haven't understood before. The other is transforming how we relate to something. Okay? So then somebody asked, so that's one way to talk about meditation, just to talk about those two kinds. Another way is to talk about stabilizing meditation and insight and analytical meditation. So stabilizing meditation is to develop concentration. Insight is to develop understanding. Okay. So that's just a totally different way of looking at types of meditation. Okay. Now, some people say, but can those two sets of two, are they related to each other? Okay. Now, let's say you're meditating on impermanence or emptiness. So that is an object-oriented meditation. You can do that meditation with either stabilizing or analytical. Okay? So at the first, when you don't understand what emptiness is, then you use analytical meditation to try and understand what it is. And so you go through the different reasonings and so forth. At the end of your meditation, then you have a better understanding of what emptiness is. So then you apply stabilizing meditation and you focus as single pointedly as you can on what you've understood, on the object that you've understood. Okay? So it's not like analytical applies to object and, stabilizing applies to the transformative one. Yeah? Because you can use both analytical and stabilizing on an object like emptiness. Then, when you're meditating on compassion, at the beginning, you might use some type of analytical meditation. Lama Yeshe used to call it checking meditation. Okay? And so you might contemplate, for example, sentient beings' dukkha, their experience of dukkha, how they're trapped in samsara. You might contemplate their kindness to you over many lifetimes and also in this lifetime. So that's a more analytical, meditating. But there, your object is not compassion. Your object is sentient beings' dukkha or sentient beings' kindness. Then, when having meditated on the dukkha and the kindness, a feeling arises in you of compassion, then you focus on that feeling with stabilizing meditation in order to familiarize your mind with it and be able to hold that feeling in your heart for a long time. Okay? Yeah. So similarly, when we do, let's say, visualizations, we start out with some analytical, going over all the details of what we're visualizing, and then we hold it with stabilizing meditation. This isn't in all visualization meditations, but ones where we're, you know, let's say imagining ourselves as the deity, or where we're trying to develop serenity. Yeah, so we start out analyzing the object. And analyzing doesn't mean intellectually dry analysis. It just means you're investigating the characteristics of something. Yeah, so if you're working with the image of the Buddha, you look at all the traits of the Buddha, what the Buddha looks like. That's analytical. Then you hold your mind on whatever image you get, and that is the stabilizing meditation. Okay, so somebody's saying, is object meditation to view the subject of the meditation? In other words, the word subject is just confusing. Yeah, but you're looking at the object of your meditation. Okay, this person says, kind of like pointing a camera lens or a microscope or telescope at the object and adjusting the focus until you get a clear view of it. Pointing it at the object, yeah, and trying to doing the analysis to get a clear view of it is analytical. Then after you have that clear view, holding your mind on that is stabilizing. Okay. Then they're asking about the aspect meditation. Is that to view the subject of the meditation in relationship with oneself? Not exactly, because um, when you're meditating on compassion, for example, okay, uh, the object that you're perceiving may be sentient beings' dukkha or sentient beings' kindness, but the aspect with which you're seeing that is with compassion. Okay? So compassion is not an object out there that you focus on. It's an internal quality, but every consciousness has to have an object that it perceives, that it focuses on. So in that case, it would be sentient beings. Okay? Similarly, when you're meditating to develop confidence in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, you might do some analytic meditation to understand what Buddha Dharma Sangha is. When a feeling of faith and confidence and trust arises in you, yeah, you focus on that with stabilizing meditation. Your analysis of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha is more an analytic, is more the object meditation, trying to understand what they are. But when you have that feeling of faith and and confidence in them, then you have actually meditated on developing faith and confidence because your mind is now feeling and experiencing that. Okay? And that would be called meditation on faith or confidence or trust in the three jewels. Yeah. It wouldn't be called meditation on the qualities of the three jewels. But meditation on the qualities of the three jewels will bring that transformative feeling in your mind, which is the goal of when you're meditating on developing faith. Okay?